Hello dear students and welcome to another lecture of English 2. Today we'll start with the new chapter, that is The Enchanted Pool, written by C. Raja Gopalachari. In this text we see that this text has been taken from a very famous epic, that is Mahabharata, and has been retold in English by Raja Gopalachari. When we see the title of the chapter, that is The Enchanted Pool, which literally means that the pool is under the spell or has some magic in it. So, the title itself tells us that there is a magical pool of water on which the story is based.
Students, before we begin with this chapter, I would like to take you all back to the pages of ancient Indian history and brief you a little about the Mahabharata. The Mahabharata is an ancient Indian epic where the main story revolves around two branches of a family, Pandavas and Kauravas, who battled in Kurukshetra war for the throne of Hastinapur. It was composed by Vedvyas. Now, the Pandavas were 5 brothers, the eldest being Yudhishthira, followed by Bhim, Arjun, and the twins Nakul and Sahadev. While the Kauravas were 100 brothers, Duryodhan being eldest. The Pandavas were exiled for the period of 12 years plus an additional year in which they had to keep their identity hidden. So, students, this story is from the time when the exile period of 12 years was drawing to a close. Stipulated period of 12 years was drawing to a close. One day, a deer was rubbing itself against a sage's fire kindling motor and it turned to go. The motor got entangled in its horns and the frightened animals fled wildly with it into the forest. In those days, matches were unknown and fire was kindled with pieces of wood by mechanical friction. Alas, the deer is running away with my fire kindler, shouted the sage and rushed towards the Pandavas for help in his distress.
So students, as we start with the text, we see that the story is taken from Mahabharata, an epic regarded sacred by Hindus. So, at the beginning of the story, we come to know that the stipulated, that is the already set and arranged period of exile, that is for 12 years, were drawing to close, or it means that it is coming to an end. From that, we know that the story is set up in the forest. One day, a deer was rubbing itself the fire kindling motor. Now students, here I like to make the things clear, that is fire kindling. Fire kindling means something that starts a fire, and motor is a substance which is used to set the fire. So a deer was there and this deer was rubbing his horns with a fire kindling motor. So when the deer tried to run away, the motor got entangled into his horns and this frightened him. Because the deer was frightened, so he fled away, that means he ran away from there. Now, in those days, students, people didn't have matchbox or matchsticks. So they use mortar and the wood to make fire. They rub wood and mortar together and then the fire is set. When the sage saw the deer running away with his mortar, the sage was distressed. That means he was worried, so he ran away for the help to whom? He ran away for the help to Pandavas. We know that Pandavas were 5 brothers who were very brave. So that is the reason the sage ran away to Pandavas for the help.
The Pandavas pursued the animal. It was a magic deer which sped in great leaps and bounds, decoying the Pandavas far into the forest and then disappeared. Worn out by the futile chase, the Pandavas sat in great dejection under a banyan tree. Nakul sighed. We cannot render even this trifling service to the sage. How we have degenerated, he said sadly.
So here student we see that Pandavas tried to pursue the animal, which means they tried to catch the deer. But the deer ran away in leaps and bounds, and the deer decoyed the Pandavas. That means the deer misled and then disappeared. So the Pandavas couldn't catch the deer. They were very worn out. That means they were very tired by the futile, that is the pointless chase. At last, all the Pandavas sat under a banyan tree because they couldn't catch the deer. Nakul, one of the 5 brothers of Pandavas, said sadly that they couldn't means the Pandavas, they couldn't render, that is provide this trifling, which means here little service to the sage. And how? We have degenerated. Degenerated means that Nakul thinks that the power of Pandavas have grown worse while living in the exile.
With sorrow that his brothers had lost their cheerfulness and courage, he thought they would be more cheerful with something to do. He was tormented with thirst, and so he said to Nakul, Brother, climb that tree and see whether there is any pool or river nearby. Nakul climbed the tree, looked around, and said, At a little distance, I see water plants and cranes. There must certainly be water there. Yudhishthir sent him to fetch some water to drink.
Yudhishthir, the eldest brother of Pandavas, noticed that all the brothers have lost their cheerfulness and they were disheartened. And so he thought for a plan. He is noticing, students, here that they don't have anything to do, and the work which is given by the sage, they have not completed that work also. That is the reason they all were sad. So the Yudhishthir had come up with a plan. Now we see what the plan is. So Yudhishthir said that he was tormented with thirst. Now this means he was extremely thirsty. So he came up with a plan. As I told you, he asked his brother Nakul to climb up to a tree and see that there is any pool nearby. So Nakul at once climbed to the tree and he saw from there that there is a water or cranes there nearby, and he has concluded that there certainly the water nearby, and then Yudhishthir has given the order to fetch some water to.
Nakul was glad when he got to the place and saw there was a pool. He was very thirsty himself and so thought of quenching his thirst first before taking water in his quiver for his brother. But no sooner did he dip his hand in the transparent water than he heard a voice which said, Do not be rash. This pool belongs to me. O son of Madri, answer my questions and then drink the water. Nakul was surprised but carried away by his intense thirst and heedless of warning, he drank the water. At once, overcome by a great drowsiness, he fell down to all appearance dead. So, students, here we see Nakul reached the pool and he was very glad and happy. So, students, this para is very easy to comprehend. As Nakul reached the pool, he thought of quenching his thirst before carrying the water for his brother. As soon as he dipped his hand, a voice called him out as the son of Madri. The voice addressed him as the son of Madri because he was the son of Madri and warned him not to drink the water before answering some questions. But Nakul did not pay any attention to the warning, and because he was very thirsty, he drank the water and then he fell unconscious. Surprised that Nakul had not returned, Yudhishthir sent Sadev to see what the matter was. When Sadev reached the pool and saw his brother lying on the ground, he wondered whether any harm had come to him. But before looking into the matter further, rushed irresistibly to the water to quench his burning thirst. The voice was heard again, "O Sadev, this is my pool. Answer my question and only then may you quench your thirst." Like Nakul, Sadev also did not heed the warning. He drank the water and at once dropped down. When Nakul did not return, Yudhishthir sent Sadev to check what is the reason why Nakul has not returned. Like Nakul, Sadev too heard the same voice or the same warning of the pool. Because of the burning thirst, as I have said earlier, because of the burning thirst, this also means the Sadev also drank the water and he also fell unconscious. Worried that Sadev did not return, Yudhishthir sent Arjun to see whether the brothers had met with any danger and bring water, he added, for he was very thirsty. Arjun went swiftly. He saw both his brothers lying dead near the pool. He was shocked at the sight and felt that they must have been killed by some lurking foe. Though heartbroken with grief and burning with the desire for revenge, all feelings else submerged in a monstrous thirst which irresistibly impelled him to the fatal pool. Again a voice was heard. Answer my question before you drink the water. This pool is mine. If you disobey me, you follow your brothers. Arjun anger knew no bounds. He cried, "Who are you? Come and stand up to me, and I will destroy you." And he shot keen-edged arrows in the direction of the boy. The invisible being laughed in scorn. "Your arrows do not wound the air. Answer my questions and then you can satisfy your thirst. If you drink the water without doing so, you will die." Greatly vexed, Arjun made up his mind to seek out the grapple with this elusive foe once he had quenched his terrible thirst. So he drank the water and also fell down dead. As Arjun reached the pool, he was shocked to see his brothers lying dead on the ground, and he was heartbroken with grief. That is, he was very sad. But all of his feelings, even his desire of revenge, was submerged in his monstrous thirst for the water of the pool. So he was very thirsty and he wanted to drink water. But before he could drink water, the voice was heard again. He was so angry that he shot his arrow in the direction of the voice. But the voice scorned Arjun. and said that your arrows cannot do anything. And then the voice also said that first you have to answer my question before taking the water. Now, here we see that students Arjun was very sad, and Arjun wanted to take the revenge but can't take the revenge because the voice again said the same thing as said to the other brothers also. Now, greatly vexed, that means irritated, Arjun was determined to kill his elusive, that is unseen foe. But first he quenched his thirst and drank the water. And as he drank the water, he too, like Nakul and Sahadev, fell down dead. After anxious waiting, Yudhishthir turned to Bhim. Dear brother, Arjun, the great hero, has also not yet returned. Something terrible have happened to our brothers. Please seek them out and be quick about it. Also bring water, for I die of thirst. Bhim, racked with anxiety, hurried away without a word. His grief and rage can be imagined when he saw his three brothers lying there dead. He thought, this is certainly the work of Yakshas. I will hunt them down, but I am so thirsty. I shall first drink water so that I can fight them better. And then he descended into the pool. The voice shouted, Bhimsena, beware. You may drink only water, answering my questions. You will die if you disagree my words. Who are you to dictate to me? Cried Bhima, and he drank water thirstily, glaring around in defiance. And as he did so, his great strength seemed to slip from him like a garment, and he also fell dead among his brothers. So, students, as we have seen before, just like Nakul, Sahadev, Arjun too couldn't control his desire to drink water of the pool and dropped dead beside his brother. So, here we notice that when all the three brothers did not return, Yudhishthir grew anxious. He finally turned to Bhim, the fourth brother, to go and see what the matter was. So, students, here the Yudhishthir was very anxious. He don't know what to do. So finally, he turned to Bhim and he said that you just go and see what is happening there. Now what happened? Bhim too was very anxious and he rushed towards the pool. When he saw that his three younger brothers lying dead beside the pool, he was enraged. Means he was also very angry. Now he thought that this must be the word of or the work of Yakshas. Now here what are Yakshas? Yakshas are magical nature spirits who sometimes act mischievously. So Bhim was determined to hunt those Yakshas, but because he was also very thirsty, so he decided to drink water first. Again the voice was heard, but Bhim also did not heed to the warning and he also did the same thing. He drank water and he also died with the same happening or with his brothers. But Bhim did not pay heed to the warning and he too died. Students, we stop here. Till now we know that Pandava's brothers couldn't catch the deer whom the sage had told them to catch, due to which all of them were very disheartened. The eldest brother Yudhishthir came up with a plan to make his brothers cheerful. He orders his brother Nakul to go and fetch some water from a nearby pool. And same happened that Nakul agrees and he went. When Nakul reaches the pool, he is mesmerized by the clear water. But as soon as he tries to drink the water, he is warned by a voice. But he doesn't pay heed to the warning and drinks the water. As a result, he drops down dead. Bhim similarly, when his brother Arjun and Sahadev came to look after Nakul, they drink the water of the pond and drop dead.